Okay, so like for example, there's this game that we play called Speed, and you've got five of the axe lanes with an axe sitting in the lane, and you've got 30 seconds to throw each of those 5 axes.
That sounds like fun.
Well, the cool part is that you've got 30 seconds to do it in, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you don't use of that 30 seconds, so say if you do it in 18 seconds, right, you actually get 12 points, okay, because whatever's not used up of that 30 seconds, plus also what's in the target as well. So it sort of becomes a trade-off. Do I go fast or do I get accurate to get more points? And so it becomes highly competitive because, you know, everyone's watching everybody else throw and cheering each other on as they're throwing. Yeah, it's really cool fun. Like,
we
you know,
have to go.
Yeah, you've got to come.
Aren't you stoked that you don't have to be? You could be exactly yourselves. How good.
Do you find, like, can anyone do it, or are there people? So everyone can actually hit the target.
If you can throw an axe down the lane, we can get it in for you. That's it.
No way.
Yeah. We had a 72-year-old lady
No.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she was killing it.
Yeah.
She was killing it. On our opening day, we had a couple come in, and he was in a wheelchair, and she was throwing, and I sort of said, all right, man, it's your turn, let's go. And he was like, I don't know. I said, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And we got him in there, and same thing. Like, he was smashing it, bullseyes. He's having a ball. And that's really cool for us, because one of the big things for us is everybody's welcome. You know, as long as you're over 18 and you're sober, you're cool. Come in, you know, and have fun.
Yeah.
Because that was a big thing, like the community thing.
So it is over 18.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
We started out with the concept of maybe doing 16-year-olds with a parent throwing with them. And as we sort of had a couple of those come in, a couple of things sort of became quite apparent, which was at that age, your attention span is very short. So like, and you're not open to you're already being told by your mum and dad what to do. You don't need a stranger to do it as well, and
you're annoying.
Yeah, but exactly. But you're not there to actually enjoy it. You're there to throw axes as hard as you can, and you don't want to listen to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
like
don't,
as
don't
a
respect the gear.
16-year-old, like
it,
you're raging out. You know, like you're trying to strike out against society and stuff. And here's a safe way of doing it. And that's all well and good, but like it's not really what we're after. You know what I mean?
But can I take my grommets and they can sit there and watch?
They can watch. They can't throw.
Oh, that's cool.
But how old are your grommets?
3 and 6.
Look, we would probably say we'd encourage you not to bring them because we want you to focus
Have a
on
good time.
Exactly.
High five.
It should be an experience that you can.
That's the excuse you needed.
Leave the kids, and this is for you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Plus, also, like at that age as well, like they get very bored watching someone else do something.
Yeah, I suppose an hour.
So, and we don't need them sort of running around, trying to entertain themselves while axes are flying around as well. So, again, it's sort of an escape for mum and dad to sort of, have their own sort of night off away from the kids and do something for themselves. And, it's really good.
It's like your happy place. It's the same as, you have a rough day at work and you just want to go somewhere and forget about that. You just go and you throw axes.
Yeah. And
we've got a good a friend of mine that started coming in as of 3 weeks ago. She was actually the one that sort of teed up the whole Jason Momoa thing for us as well, and she's a lawyer.
Yeah.
And she might have like if she has a bad day, she comes in and throws for a couple of hours and just hangs out and just gets her sort of.
So it's kind of like her punching bag.
You get into a zone and you start sort of like
a lot of people
into a rhythm of it all.
A lot of people think, it's therapeutic because you get to throw heavy axes and get violent and all that sort of stuff. It's actually the opposite. It's actually more zen-like than anything else because as you're throwing axes, exactly, that's it. You have to forget everything else to work on this one thing to get it into
so you're shutting out everything else and focusing.
And it's funny when you see people start, at the start they're going, right, cool, this is what I've come in with the mindset of, I'm going to throw this as hard as possible, and then like maybe half an hour to 45 minutes into it they realise, oh shit, it's actually nothing like that. It's actually more like throwing darts and trying to get accuracy. So that's what, like when we go through all of our safety stuff at the start and I'm showing people how to throw axes, I try to reiterate as much as possible, like look, if you're going to throw hard and you try, it's more like darts. You never win a game of darts because you threw it the hardest or the fastest or the furthest. Okay, it's all about accuracy, and the harder you throw it, the less accurate you're going to be. So you're not going to ever get anywhere in it, and you'll find it very frustrating because your axes will just do all different shit all over the board, and you're going to walk away upset. So if you just try to think of it more like darts, you'll be in the right headspace for it. Yeah,
it's about the technique. You know, it's like perfecting your swing and the aim and really nailing the sort of technique as opposed to, you know, just going free for all and, you know.
Well, let's nerd out, okay?
All right.
Axe throwers. Mm-hmm. What's it called if I throw a bung shot and has it got a name?
Oh, like if it doesn't go in?
Dung, a clanger.
Oh, shit.
Is it?
Yeah, no, that was a shit shot. No,
is there any like?
No, there's no
terminology.
There's no real terms.
We got to start that.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah.
Shit
clanger. I like a shit clanger.
Shit clanger.
Isn't that a thing that hangs out the back of a sheep's bum? Yeah, that's a shit clanger. Yeah. So no, look, there's a couple of terms. Like especially on the axe, like the anatomy of an axe is quite interesting. Like if you look at the actual axe itself, so the handle is actually called a shaft. The bottom of it's called a lot of it's to do with different parts of a human body. So the bottom of the handle is called a knee. The very top of an axe, like the very top part of it, that's called the eye.
So you grab from the knee and then work your way up the shaft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes
This sounds like one of Tyson's safety demonstrations right now.
these guys, like, okay, so when I'm trying to take people through like how to throw an axe, I don't realise what I'm saying sometimes, and so it becomes quite Freudian.
With your lumberjack coat on.
Oh yeah,
grab the shaft.
Yeah, no, that's it. Like some people have got. Okay, so for example, like so when
Think about the bullseye.
When you're throwing an axe, you want the shaft really loose in your hand, right? So you want it to rock around, okay, and then because it has more rock in the head, right? It's gonna penetrate the wood a lot easier, and I don't realise that I'm saying all this sort of stuff, and then Sam's at the back of
What's
the
it so
group.
awkward in here?
Yeah, Sam's at the back just pissing himself laughing.
What kind of action do you have to do with the tactical tomahawks?
Oh, like that?
Yeah. So
yeah.
what's that called?
Oh, that's called
It's
the
a
flick.
lifesaver.
Yeah, the flick,
All right.
which you know, because you know, with the whip.
Yeah,
it's
you
very
gotta-
similar to a whip, which
Yeah.
And the shake.
Tyson pretty much points out someone in the group and says, "Oh, you know, you're pretty experienced with a whip, aren't you?"
Yeah.
Matt G, we got Matt G, the photographer, in the room again. Okay, you're from London, Matt. Are you saying there's some in the UK?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few of them.
Yeah, where? Yeah.
So, okay.
Since when? Exactly, I'm with Matt. Yeah.
No, they've been there.
Where are
Okay,
you guys?
So, like yeah. So in
Lumberpunks.
yeah, Whistlepunks is the biggest brand that's over there.
What's that?
Whistlepunks, there's a couple of them now. I think there's-
They did have a shop, I think, in Angel.
Okay,
on
gotcha,
the
yeah.
Angel, but I think they've moved. I think they got one in Manchester
Yeah.
and also one, maybe Liverpool.
It's a shot or like exactly like you guys.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
somewhat of a franchise.
Yeah, so
There's the Galway Throwing Club as well, Axe Throwing Club in Ireland too.
yeah, there's
well.
there's heaps like in the
And
US.
they've all been coming out, and Portland is in America.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
there's actually a couple of other clubs around the world that pretty much like every single post that we put up, and the support that we see from them
It's a good
for what we're
community.
doing. You know, it's you know we haven't really had in-depth conversations, but you know the topic of you know eventually having a competition in Australia and inviting some of these other clubs over as well is that's the end goal.
I just thought of something funny. You know when you go snowboarding or skateboarding,
Yeah.
and there's the skaters and the
The rollerbladers.
rollerbladers. Then you go snowboarding, and there's the
fruit
skiers.
beaters.
I wonder if the axe cut, like the axe cutting dudes, just hating you guys right now. These,
Oh, look.
you know what I mean? Like the wood choppers.
Yeah, the wood choppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new dudes are like, oh man, here they come.
Yeah, there's this
Look at them
group
with their
called-
Bunnings axes.
There's a group called the Laughing Loggers, and basically they do like wood shows. I can't imagine how it'd go, but basically it's all like wood chopping shows, but they use these chainsaws, right? And I was like, oh, this looks interesting. These chainsaws, it's almost like they've got a motorcycle engine, right, and attached a big chain blade to it, and like this thing just rips through wood like wood that's like about a metre in diameter, and it's just like butter. It's just, and they go and they're like, it's amazing to watch them.
Do you reckon those guys get headhunted by forestry companies? Like these guys sit at home and watch, because it's like, I think it's sponsored by Still or whatever. It's on ESPN.
Yeah,
Do you think like the bosses sit at home and they'll be like, oh, we need him.
Yeah, it's almost like the UFC or something like that. Yeah, let's sponsor him.
They send like a guy out to stand and watch him do it.
Yeah, no, but not everyone can use a chainsaw, but everyone can throw an axe, right?
Yeah,
so they can't really compare.
There is a couple of tricks that we sort of help people with, like, so the way that you throw actually really does make a lot of difference. So think of it this way, like when if you're going to do something, we try to teach people how to throw with their tendons and their body instead of throwing with their muscle. Okay,
tendons?
So tendons. So like, you know how like your muscles have got tendons.
Tendons. So it is tendons.
Yeah. So using your body's own natural flex and stretch, right?
Yeah.
To use your body in the throw instead of throwing with your muscle. Because what's going to happen if you throw an axe with your muscle? Say if you're using your elbow too much, your triceps are going to really be wearing out, and you'll get fatigue. And also what will happen is that it's hard to get that exact same throw over and over again. So what we do is we teach people how to throw so they have a real efficient way of throwing, so it's not exhausting, and that it's also so that they can do exactly the same thing over and over and over and over again and get the same result.
Without the fatigue.
Yeah, and so there's a couple of tricks that we can sort of... And then worst case scenario, if people find that the axe, which is probably about, I don't know, about a kilo...
Yeah, right about.
Yeah, roughly about a kilo. Like if people are finding that's too hard, what we do is we put a different axe in their hand, and until they actually get it, then like everyone's going to get the axe in. Like we will guarantee that you can get an axe in. We'll get it in there. Like.
Everything you say is kind of sexual now.
I know, I can't stop it.
You brought that up. I was just about to say something.
Your tendons use your flow, and
he didn't use the word satisfied. That was really good.
And finding
what's
the right
distance?
spot.
Okay, because I live in a couple of acres.
Yep.
Where do you get your wood?
So Bunnings. At the moment,
Mate, I got some blokes.
Well, we need a lot of it.
Do you?
Yeah, we go through a lot of it.
So,
Seriously,
Bunnings,
I can help
if
you.
you'd like to sponsor
Sponsor.
Lumberpunks,
So what do they?
give us a call.
They give you chunks.
No, we buy it.
Hang on. So I'm picturing you've got.
No, it's planks.
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 Yeah. So you know the ones that we're using at the moment. You know, like when people have like wooden outdoor stairs, right? It's about 45
hardwood.
45 mil thick. About 240 mil wide, big chunks of wood. They're what we use on the walls as the targets.
So it's got to be something easy for you, so you can just go.
Yeah, like and we haven't found something that's similar and better quality, but we're trying to find. Like it's really hard because we go through so much of it that it needs to be sort of almost standardised so that you're not. So say if you said, "Oh, I've got heaps of wood out the back,"
Soft,
it's got to
weird.
it's got to be the same sort of form. It's got to be consistency,
density.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you're going to be going to Bunnings so much? And
No,
honestly, we should have bought shares at Bunnings before we started this business.
It's crazy. I reckon I can help you out there. There'll be.
They'll see us coming.
Bunnings,
they'll see us pulling up and start
Bunnings
running.
has absolutely killed it in Australia.
Right.
Because you saw like what happened with Masters. Like Masters saw that Bunnings was just absolutely smashing it, and so they went, okay, let's do that. And they invested so much. Like looking at the Masters that's on Ferry Road, like they literally opened within months and then had to close because Masters collapsed. Yeah. And so. And now, after building our business, we understand why Bunnings, because
it's the sausage sizzle. That's what
it's the sausage sizzle. Yeah, no,
it's the weight they put in this piece of bread, and sausage and bread.
We're talking about that.
Yeah, it's the thing that absolutely draws people there every day. Yeah, but yeah, we spent a fortune at Bunnings. Yeah,
right.
So
Absolutely.
Bunnings, if you're interested in having your Christmas parties at Lumberpunks, give us a yell.
Yeah,
You
My mate calls
Pay
it
us back.
my mate calls it bummings, and there's not a single day that I don't think
You
of
think
as
that's-
bummings.
you think that's good?
Off to Bummings.
Bunnings warehouse.
I went to Bunnings on Sunday for Father's Day, and I picked him up a gift card. I wrote, "Happy sex shop shopping, Dad," because he calls it the sex shop, because he said when you get to that age, that's what your version of the sex shop is. You go in there and you see everything
you need.
everything you want.
porn. Yeah. You know, it's
Okay,
pretty
who's
fun.
the best thrower out of you guys?
I would say Sam is. Yeah.
Really,
you?
Sam?
Yeah.
From the mountains, from the ranges.
Yeah,
yeah?
maybe I have my good days and my bad days.
Yeah, we all do.
Don't know.
It was really quite funny when when we were starting because Sam does.
Or
Sam,
do people look at you like you're going to be experts and you're like, we're just dudes, you know?
well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Like we're as much experts as we can be.
We're only human.
Yeah, like people go, oh, so where did you train?